is up, everybody? It's your boy Travis, aka Matsu here, and today I'm bringing you my comprehensive Set 5 review now that we have everything aside from the Plus Ultra promos. And I'm going to be starting episode 1 with characters. So this is going to be a multi-episode series. I didn't want to do one super long video covering everything and thought I would just split it down into something a little more digestible for everyone to watch. Anyways, before I actually get into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Go check out my Patreon where I do coaching. It's on my link tree. I appreciate it. All right, let's get right into it. So the first character, I guess I should explain kind of my thought process on how I'm rating these cards. So as you can see here, I have these 3 tiers. The We'll See Play Everywhere. So this is going to be like your upper crust meta playable cards. The We'll See Fringe Play. This will see play in like some tier 1.5, tier 2 strategies. And I could expect them to reasonably be in top 16 at an RLE or a higher event. And then unplayable is like your locals level, just kind of play to have fun, right? Let's get right into it. So first thing we're going to be looking at is Kirishima 3. For those that don't know what Kirishima 3 does, he says, enhance if your Fury or Punch attack is partially blocked, your rival loses 2 health. Response once per turn after you completely block this attack, it deals no damage. So if you block a throw with an on-zone block, it deals no damage, or something like Electric Jolt. Response once per turn, destroy 1 foundation. After an attack is completely blocked, your rival destroys 1 foundation. And he's a 7-hander, 20 health with Death, Void, and Earth. So I'm going to put this guy in We'll See Play Everywhere. I think this is going to be one of our top meta contenders. We haven't really had like a real like hard debuild character. The characters that normally like deal with debuild stuff do it as like an aside. So like Shigaraki 1 debuilds a ready foundation when he blocks, but like he doesn't get to do that like super consistently. He gets to do it once every turn, but Kirishima gets to do it once every turn cycle. So like on your turn and your opponent's turn, if they block an attack like completely on your turn, you get to do it, and then if you block an attack on your opponent's turn, you also get to do it. So quite good. And then he's also got that defensive ability, which is very good against throws, which is typically something the 7-handers are very weak to. Very good against Electric Jolt, which is a card that sees play almost everywhere in the meta right now. So definitely high-tier character. And then on to the next character, we have both of the Fat Gums. I think these guys are also going to be seeing play like everywhere. Fat Gums Enhance is quite good. He's very, very good at just like building a lot, and then when he transforms into Fat Gum, the second one, he just draws 3 and then has like one of the most insane twice per turns. So I don't know. I think this guy is very good. Just like extremely strong. He gets to do all of these like cool combo tricks that the other Earth characters were doing. He also has the good symbol, so like he's got the new training methods. He's got everything that helps him build out, basically. He gets to play all of the Kirishima line, the hard and chop, hard and jab, stuff like that. On to the next one. We have Toya Setsuno. I'm going to say Toya is in fringe play. I don't think this guy's going to see an absurd amount of play, but I could reasonably expect him to be in top 16 if someone put enough time into him. Oh, I forgot. Fat Gum, for those that don't know, he's a 529 that says you may build Fat Gum 2 character cards, and then enhance, commit, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, build 1 foundation or asset revealed face up and discard the rest. And then First form, if you're in deadlock or have 10 or less health, search all your game zones for a copy of Fat Gum 2 and build it. If you search your deck, shuffle it. And then Fat Gum 2 says, this character cannot be your starting character. When you build this card, it becomes your starting character. You draw 3 cards and remove all copies of Fat Gum 1 on your stage. And then enhance twice per turn, your turn, discard 1 card, flip and commit 1 rival foundation. And then enhance, remove 2 foundations. This attack gets +1 speed and +3 damage. So, just very, very good. Let's see here. Alright, now that we have those out of the way, so Toya Setsuno, 626 with all evil and void, that says form once per turn, commit 1 foundation, choose 1 attack in your rival's discard pile. As your next form, play the top card of your deck face down as a copy of the chosen attack. Now, there are a lot of really, really silly attacks that you can copy with this guy. You play against a back alley haymaker deck, you're just like, all right, I'll commit 1, I'll play this back alley. Okay, I can use it to build something now. Like, just extremely good. Sorry. And then enhance, flip 1 foundation, your attack gets 2 speed. If it is a weapon attack, it gets 1 damage. Now, that's a really generic ability, obviously. Flipping a foundation to get 2 speed is pretty good. And then if it's a weapon, you just get bonuses on top of that. So, like I said, I could see this guy, if someone put enough time into making a good deck for him, being in the top 16 at a, regional or higher event. Now, Shin Nemoto. So 720 with Air, Death, and Evil. Form twice per turn. Add 1 card from your hand to your card pool face down. Your rival names an attack zone. Unflip the added card and play it as your next form. If it is an attack whose printed zone is not the name zone, it gets -1 difficulty and +3 speed. Okay, so kind of weird. Response, after your attack deals damage, your rival reveals 1 random card from their hand. So, this guy's going to be really annoying to play against because of the amount of, game actions he has to do. And I think he's also going to be pretty annoying to play as, because you have to do a mini game every time you want to press your twice per turn button. Yeah, the mini game payoff is pretty good. -1 difficulty, +3 speed on an attack is nothing to scoff at. But it's based entirely on your opponent not knowing what your attack zones are, which means you basically are locked into playing multiple of different zones. Like, you can't just play, I play a mid-high deck. Because then I'm just giving my opponent the option to just, win the 50-50. And that's not very good, right? We want to consistently be hitting that -1 difficulty, +3 speed, and kind of mind-gaming our opponent. And then, after your attack deals damage, your rival reveals 1 random card from their hand. That gets annoying really fast. You gotta pull out the dice, do the 1 through 6 if your opponent has, that number of cards in hand, or if they have, 3 cards in hand, you have to do 2, 4, 6, left to right. That just gets really annoying. I'm gonna put this guy in, unplayable / locals level. I don't really expect him to do anything competitively. Obviously, this is just my opinion, so feel free to prove me wrong. On to Midoriya 4. So Midoriya 4 is a 5-hander with 30 health, with the good life and the void symbol that says enhance. Your non-throw attack with Fury or Punch gains power for 4. You may discard 1 card from your hand in addition to momentum to pay for this attack's powerful ability. And then response, after your rival's combat phase begins, draw 3 cards and discard down to your printed hand size. Now, this is arguably one of, if not the best character in the set. Being a pseudo 8-hander is very, very good. And then also just saying, hey, I can discard a card for +4 damage. That's what this guy says. And sometimes it's even better than that. I can't really think of an example of something that's a Fury or a Punch that has greater than powerful 4 that matters for this character. but like, hey, if you had something with powerful 5, you could discard to use. And also, it's important to note that since there's a period between the 2 lines of text, you may discard 1 card from your hand in addition to momentum to pay for this attack's powerful ability. So let's say you played a home run comet and your home run comet has powerful 6. You can discard a card to give it 6 damage because it says this attack's powerful ability, and it's a different line of text than the ability granted by the first line of text. And since you can play the ability even if your attack is not a fury or a punch, it'll still grant that effect, which is very good. Or at least I'm 90% sure that's how that works. I could be wrong. Feel free to point it out in the comments. But yeah, this guy is crazy. This guy does so much. His kit is very, very strong. I expect him to be in the top 16 of almost every event, honestly. So, Rikia Katsukame. This guy is a 527 with Earth, Evil, and Life that says Enhanced, lose 1 health if this attack deals damage, gain 2 health, and then Enhance once per turn. Reveal the top X cards of your deck. Remove 1 card revealed this way and discard the rest. You may play the remove card as your next card this turn. X equals the total health you've gained this turn. Now, this guy on paper, I'm gonna be honest, is extremely underwhelming. However, I'm sure in practice there's going to be quite a few things that people can do with this character that make him look extremely strong. The enhanced lose 1 health if this attack deals damage, gain 2 health is essentially -1 damage on every attack that you would take, which is cool. However, it also triggers things like carbo loading, which is very neat. I think this guy is going to be a locals level deck until people figure out like what the best build is for him, and then I think I could easily see him top 16ing regional or higher level event. Now, on to the next one, we're going to see Mimic. He's a 625 with Chaos, Earth, and Evil. That says, when committing cards to pass a check, you may commit 1 asset as if it were a foundation. And then response, once per turn, after you check an asset, add 1 attack with a check value of 3 from your discard pile to your hand. It's pretty good. Response, after you commit an asset, this attack gets +2 or -1 damage. So this guy probably has 3 of the best symbols that he could have possibly asked for, or like he has Indiscriminate Shock, Back Alley Haymaker, and Vile Seizing on his 3 symbols. So like definitely a lot of attack targets to pick up with this. Yeah, I think this guy is very good. I do think that he has a very high skill ceiling because basically what your deck does is going to be based on how well you build it. Like, how well it performs is not going to be based on just the character. It's going to be based on the cards in your deck and your ratios and all that kind of stuff. But he does get to do some insane things. So, like, for example, Box Full of Babies says commit for +1/+3 in this character after you loot a card. Like, that's really good for a 1 diff, and it's a foundation that you can commit on your opponent's turn, basically, or during your turn if you choose not to use the +1/+1. So yeah, very good. Really, really like this guy. This is one of my favorite characters from this set. On to Nejire Hado. So Nejire is a 721 with Air, Chaos, and Life that says response, once per turn after you play or block with a foundation, gain 2 health, and then enhance, permanently reduce your maximum health by 1. This attack gets -2 speed or +2 damage. So I think this character is going to see a lot of play. She's a 721 with 2 pretty decent abilities. She gets to play the 7 hand size aggro deck very well, the like gamer style deck like we saw with Toga. And she's got good defense. So honestly, I think she's going to see a lot of play. Also like a fan favorite character, so would not be surprising to see either one or multiple copies of this in a top 16 at a regional. On to the next character, we have Soramitsu Tabe, which is 627 with all death and evil. Response, once per turn after your attack is completely blocked, your rival destroys one foundation. And then enhance your attack, remove one card from your rival's card pool. Your attack gets +2 damage. Your rival's check to block this attack gets -1. Draw a card. I think this guy is also very good. Kind of in the same vein as Kirishima 3. He is a dedicated D-build character. And we haven't really had that many of those. Like, after your attack is completely blocked, your rival destroys one foundation. It has extreme synergy with a lot of the attacks that you could play in this character on the death symbol. Full Cowling Impact essentially says your opponent's taking 1 billion damage, or they're destroying 2 foundations, or they're half blocking, in which case you just get to play another attack and then remove the card they blocked with to give +2 damage, and then their check to block it gets -1 and you draw. So, like, either way, they're in a really bad situation. And I think for a 6-hander with 27 health, this guy does a lot. And I would not be surprised to see him at top tables. On to the next one. We have Lock, 627, all Earth order. Response, twice per turn after your non-ranged attack deals damage, freeze one rival foundation. That foundation cannot ready until the start of your next turn. And then response, commit after your rival's combat phase begins. Sorry. Draw one card for each of your rival's committed foundations. This guy also going to be a top tier contender for sure. Has a jolt symbol with indiscriminate shock, has a back alley haymaker symbol, and giving either of those decks this kind of on-hit effect, extremely, extremely strong. Making your jolt not only tap a foundation on your opponent's turn, but also commit and freeze one due to the stun one plus the freeze from it guaranteed dealing 1 unless they have like a face shield or something along those lines for it. And then also you just get a like, oh, you committed pretty low, I'll respond to draw 2 at the start of your turn. Because I like froze 2 of your things. Pretty good. I really like this guy. I'm looking forward to see what he can do. Kendo Rappa. So Kendo is a 628 with evil, fire, and order that says response, destroy one foundation after you make a check to play or block with an attack. That check gets +2. And then response, once per turn, discard one card after your non-throw punch attack deals damage. You may play it from your card pool as your next form. Now, I think this guy is probably the best character in the set. If I could, I would put this guy up here in our non-existent, like, tier 0. I think this guy is going to run top tables, and the things that this character does are just so absurd. Like, he gets to play Funny Punch twice by just discarding a card, pick it back up, and then it's essentially free. Like, your Funny Punches are always on 5s, basically, because you can just pop a foundation and then give plus to the check. But yeah, definitely crazy, crazy character on, like, all 3 symbols. On to the next one. We have Sir Night Eye, 627 with all death and order. Response, once per turn, after an attack is completely blocked, seal one non-character card in your rival stage or card pool and draw one card. And then enhance your attack, remove the top card of your deck, discard the top 3 cards of your rival's deck, remove all non-attacks are discarded this way. Your attack gets +1 speed for every 5 cards in your rival's removed from game pile. I think this guy is going to be a locals level deck, but there is a chance that someone takes this character and makes him look absolutely absurd. I don't know how, mind you, but there is a chance that he moves from like here to here. Just like someone figures out what the best build for him is, and then he becomes this crazy mill deck that no one wants to play against. So on and so forth. On to the next one, Yu Hojo, 529 with all evil and water. First form, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. You may play 1 attack from your discard pile that shares 2 or more symbols with this character as your next form this turn. Remove it after it resolves. So that's very, very good ability. Enhance, if you have 10 or less health, your attack gets +1 speed and +2 damage. And then Enhance, destroy 1 foundation, this attack gets -2 damage. I think this guy is crazy. Not only the fact that he is essentially a 6-hander who always has an attack, he's also a 6-hander who always has an attack and shares 2 symbols with Tongue Whip. So, like, that's insane. Being able to play Tongue Whip from your discard pile every turn for 4 turns, because eventually you'll remove all of them, right? And also, once you get to 10 or less health, meaning your quick to acts are active on evil, your attacks are getting +1 speed, +2 damage. So, like, you're just rewarded for, like, playing a longer, grindier game. And you can enhance destroy 1 foundation. This attack gets -2 damage. Is an extremely powerful damage reduction ability for a 5-hander to have. So I'm definitely looking forward to this guy just being, like, at top tables. Because he definitely will. He's very strong and does very strong things. On to the next card, the most interesting artwork of the set, for sure. We have Deidoro Sakaki. That's he's Chaos, Evil, Order. Response once per turn. After your rival makes a check, add the check card to their momentum. Your rival rechecks. And then enhance twice per turn. If this attack is blocked, your rival commits 1 foundation. If your rival has 1 or more momentum, this attack gets +2 or -2 speed. Yeah, just I think this guy is also very, very strong. The fact that on your opponent's first build turn, when you go second, you get to go, okay, I'll respond after you make that check on a 5 and you pass it to make you recheck. Oh, you checked a 3. Sure, you have a momentum, but now you're down 1 foundation, and my character is live that says, if this attack is blocked, your rival commits 1 foundation. And then if your rival has 1 or more momentum, which they will, this attack gets +2 or -2 speed. So it's just like, it makes things easier to block, and when you block, you force them to commit a foundation. And it's for either player. So, like, giving an indiscriminate +2 speed, and if they block it, they commit 1. This character is just crazy. This character does so much, honestly, with the symbols that they gave him. As 2 indiscriminate shock symbols and a tongue whip symbol. So, like, just crazy. On to Tamaki Amajiki. 720 with air, chaos, and water. At the start of your end phase, you may add 1 attack from your card pool to your momentum face up. And then enhance once per turn. This attack gets +X or -X damage. X equals the number of your face-up momentum +2. And then enhance once per game. Choose up to 3 momentum. If they are face-up, flip them, unflip them. So that's very good. I think this character, I'm like waffling on this character between top tier and like middle tier. I definitely would not be surprised in the slightest to see him top 16 an RLE or higher event. But until I've actually played the character, because I have not yet, I'm going to reserve judgment on this guy for the most part, because his card text is very... How do I say this? Very ambiguous. A lot of the things like that he says he's doing are not like absurdly strong until you apply the pen to the paper, right? And by that I mean just like once you have the deck built and you've played the character, it's like, oh yeah, this is infinitely stronger than I gave it credit for. So for now, I'm just gonna put him in mid tier. Then we have Chronostasis. Form once per turn, lose 2 health. If your rival has at least 1 card in their card pool, choose 1 breaker or tech card in your card pool and play it. And then enhance rival's turn, commit, choose 1 card in each player's card pool. Those cards cannot leave the card pool until the start of your next turn. He's all evil order, 627. This guy, I think, is very interesting. I think he might just end up being a locals level deck, but the ability to replay a breaker or tech card is very powerful. I can't deny that, but we'll see. So this is what my overall tier list for the characters in this set is looking like, and this is obviously before we have the Plus Ultra characters revealed. I'll do a separate review on those once they've been revealed. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know what you think down in the comments section below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Go check out my sponsor PPG, and go check out my Patreon where I do coaching at the $10 level. This has been Matsu. Thanks for watching. Signing out.
What is up, Matsu Nation? Thank you for watching till the end of the video. If you enjoyed, like, comment, and subscribe. And check out all my socials and my Patreon. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and sayonara.